plagiarism is a practice in academia that is universally looked down upon. Whether it's math, science, or history, copying other people's work means that you haven't put in the hard work yourself and that you're taking an easy way out. But what if I told you that there is a subject where plagiarism is actually a good thing? Yes, it's obviously language learning. I'm sure you remember the controversy a couple years ago surrounding artificial intelligence and these AI image generators. On the one hand, they're very unethical because they steal and copy from the hard work of artists. But at the same time, they're stealing from different places and creating something original that has never been seen before. Speaking a language is very similar because whether we like it or not, we all unintentionally plagiarize. They say you are what you eat when it comes to food, but the same is true for what your eyes and what your ears eat. Whatever YouTube videos you watch, whatever books you read, whoever you spend your time around, your thoughts, speech, and actions are all the result of your inputs. Because how do those words get inside your head in the first place? That's the reason why we don't want kids hearing curse words, because we know that the instant they hear them, they'll just blindly copy them without thinking. You are the product of your surroundings, for better or for worse. So if we all unintentionally copy others and it affects our output, then why not intentionally copy others in order to improve our output? Let's first ask ourselves a question, and it's a pretty stupid question, but why do people even plagiarize at all? Why cheat on a test, or why copy someone else's essay? Because it's easy. There's no need to make original information if you can just take the easy way out and copy others. In the same way, when speaking another language, everything that you can potentially say has already been said by native speakers. The idea is to have no new ideas. Don't reinvent the wheel. The wheel already exists. Just find it in your immersion. Honestly, you should feel relieved that you don't have to come up with new information and you get to take the easy way out by just copying others. Okay, so I don't know any Latin, but just bear with me here. Imagine you say a sentence and you think, oh, I use this word, which I came across from reading this book. I use this grammatical structure, which I heard in a YouTube video about this. And I use this idiom, which I remember from this scene in a TV show where blah, blah, blah happens. Ideally, all of your output can be traced back to your input. There shouldn't be any remnants of your native language that blow your cover. Additionally, since you're able to quote unquote cite your sources, you're speaking with confidence because you know that everything that you're saying is correct. Now, obviously memory is fallible and you're not going to be able to remember the original location of everything that you say. But by ensuring that that you only get your words from immersion, even if a word does pop in your head and you don't know where it came from, you know that it must have come from your immersion, and it gives you more confidence when you speak. Now, there is a small exception to this rule of only saying things that you have previously read or listened to. Sometimes, a lot of the time, you won't know how to say something. You won't know the word for something or how to express a concept. In that case, it is okay to reinvent the wheel and be creative because you have no other choice. But it shouldn't be your default. Your default should be this quote-unquote plagiarism, where you only say things that you have previously seen. And especially if you're in a public setting and you have no other choice but to cobble together some words, then that is exception to the rule, but it should not be your default. And in private, what I suggest is, let's say you're in private and you're speaking the language to yourself or thinking thoughts in the language. If you don't know how to express an idea, I would actually suggest not going to the exception. I'd recommend sticking to the rule because there are no consequences for not knowing how to say something, right? Now, don't feel like plagiarism is something that takes no skill or that it makes you just like everybody else. It's perfectly possible to plagiarize and be unique because originality is the art of concealing your sources. If you found this video helpful, a free way of getting other people to also find it helpful is by clicking the like button because it will put this video in their homepages. And speaking of homepages, all of my videos might not show up on your homepage, so be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon in order to not miss out on anything. Thanks for watching.